Call from mom. Answer it. Call silenced.
Instacart knows nothing gets between you and the game. That's why they make ordering from your couch easy. Stock up today and get all your groceries for the week delivered in as fast as 30 minutes without missing a minute of the game.
You have 47 new voicemails.
Download the app to get free delivery on your first 3 orders while supplies last. Minimum $10 per order. Additional terms apply.
Save on Cox Internet when you add Cox Mobile and get fiber-powered internet at home and unbeatable 5G reliability on the go. So whether you're playing a game at home,
yes, goal,
or attending one live, you can do more without spending more. Learn how to save at cox.com/internet. Cox Internet is connected to the premises via coaxial cable. Cox Mobile runs on the network with unbeatable 5G reliability as measured by Ookla LLC in the U.S. 2H 2023. Results may vary, not an endorsement. Other restrictions apply.
Have you ever covered a carpet stain with a rug? Ignored a leaky faucet? Pretended your half-painted living room is supposed to look that way? Well, you're not alone. We've all got unfinished home projects. Whether it's a door that sticks, or a disorganized closet, or an AC unit that only works half the time. It all matters. You just haven't taken care of it yet. But there's an easier way. Just download the Thumbtack app. You can search for what you need done and find tons of highly rated pros right in your neighborhood. Check prices, reviews, and book a pro right on the spot. Plus, you'll know what to tackle next, because Thumbtack is the app that shows you what to do, who to hire, and when. Pull out your phone and in just a few taps, say goodbye to all those unfinished home projects and say hello to caring for your home the easier way. Download Thumbtack and start a project today.
Showtime.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. Are you ready?
Ready.
Quiet, numbskulls. I'm broadcasting.
This is the Bob and Jeff Show, starring Bob Lutz.
What do you want me to be? Here are the choices. This guy. Jeff, how are you? You look good today. Did you trim your eyebrows?
I like.
Jeff Lutz.
It's not really about sense of humor. It's about whether I want to humor you. Do I? Not really.
97.5 and 1240 KFH.
I heartily endorse this event or product.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to a Thursday edition, the Bob and Jeff Show on KFH Radio. Bob Lutz, Jeff Lutz co-hosting. Max Power is producing and engineering. And it took a sharp turn for the worse weather-wise. A little chilly out there.
Pretty bad. Little wet, little cold.
Is it wet? Is it raining?
It's misting. It's really annoying. It's one of those annoying little mists that
there's nothing more annoying. I wish I didn't know that.
kind of hangs around in the air.
We got baseball to play tonight. Are we
I know.
going to get it in?
That's tough.
Well, don't say
I
that.
want to say it's more likely than not, but man, it's not going to. No one's going to have any fun out there. I can at least tell you that.
Well, isn't just playing baseball fun?
Playing baseball in cold weather is one of the worst experiences. I mean, I hated it. I still don't even really like watching baseball in cold weather. It makes me uncomfortable. But, it happens.
Well, I wish we hadn't had this conversation. It's only 50 degrees out there.
It's 50.
Yesterday we got up to the 80s, into the 80s.
Yeah, it was a beautiful day yesterday. One of the best I've ever experienced.
This is what youth baseball, this is what drives me nuts. The day-to-day weather, especially in April. You just never know.
You don't.
So I'm going to have to dress extremely warmly tonight.
It's supposed to get warmer tonight? That doesn't make any sense. And maybe the sun's going to peek out around 8 p.m.
Well, let's hope that happens.
Or 6. It's hard to tell.
I don't have a sunroof. Did I tell you that story?
Yeah, tell it again.
No, I don't want to tell it. It got busted out of the practice.
Oh, really?
I don't get it replaced until Saturday.
When did that happen?
How do can I drive? Am I going to be okay?
I mean, I don't necessarily recommend it, but if you have to do it, I guess you have to do it.
Well, what do I do?
See if your wife will drive you over, or drive her car. I mean, it's basically the same car anyway. No one will be the wiser.
She doesn't let me drive her car because it's a company car.
That's unfortunate.
If I was to plow into somebody, that wouldn't be good.
It wouldn't.
So I don't know what I'll do. Maybe I'll Uber it over there today.
Have you ever taken an Uber?
I have. Just one time. Friendly gentleman. I don't know. I can't even remember why. I think he drove me downtown.
From here?
Yeah, picked me up here.
That's nice. Your car must have been unavailable.
I think I was picking up my car.
And you got an Uber?
I did.
Never called an Uber myself. I've been in some Ubers, but they weren't called by me.
Well, who were they called by?
I've been in one with my stepdad. That might be it. I don't really know.
Huh. Well, we got that to look forward to. And, I debated on whether to coach this year. You know that, right?
Right.
Did my first 10 years with a bunch of the same kids. It certainly changed from year to year, but a core group. And I got to the end of that last year. We went out with a championship.
Right.
And I said, why not just hang it up? But I didn't.
You did not.
I'm
Why
back
didn't
for
you?
another year. I don't know. I enjoy it.
Who would you compare yourself managerial-wise?
Who's the greatest baseball
Someone-
manager ever?
Someone in the big leagues.
Who's Casey Stengel?
Sure.
Don't feed me a dumb question.
A guy who won when he had all the best players, but otherwise couldn't really make anything of anything.
Casey Stengel?
Yeah.
He's a great manager.
For the Yankees when they were dominant.
Well,
I love Casey Stengel. I'm not going to.
yeah, what are you knocking
Taking it.
Casey Stengel for?
It's a great book written about him by Marty Apple. Just
I
fantastic.
don't understand why you're knocking him.
I love Casey.
But anyway, so I get this team, and man, I love them. And has nothing to do with winning baseball games. It's just that they come to practice, they pay attention, they get better, they're good kids, and man, I just feel very fortunate. And not that our previous teams weren't. I've been lucky to have good kids and good teams.
But you just didn't know.
But these guys we had all 14 at our game last night. Now, that may not sound like a big deal, but it's kind of a big deal. We've had at least 11 or 12 at every practice. They just come and they work.
It's an older team, right?
Yes.
Who was their previous coach? Do you feel like they were well coached?
They had, they were middle of the pack team in the 11-12 age group last year, about half of these kids. And then the other half is just a hodgepodge of whoever registered and whoever signed up that their team had moved on, and just kind of put them all together. And
what's our team name again?
Vipers.
Vipers. Not bad.
Yeah, I was the Panthers for 10 years.
I remember.
Now we're the Vipers.
Like Randy Orton. Did you name him?
No, our kids picked the name.
It's a good name.
So anyway, we had our first game last night. We managed to win it. We pitched it very well. And after last year, where pitching was a crapshoot, it was nice to see.
I'm happy.
No, you're not happy.
Yeah, what was the score?
9-1.
9-1. You just took it to them.
Well, we had 6 runs in the first inning with nobody out. So in the next 5 innings, we scored 3 runs. That's how a manager with my acumen.
I think adding on once you're up big is.
That's how a manager with my acumen looks at it.
I don't think they.
Why didn't we score more? Why did we only score 3 runs in 5 innings?
3 runs in 5 innings is wonderful.
For as a Guardians fan, I know you think that.
Well, we're up 4-1 right now.
I know you think that as a Guardians fan. Yesterday you were blanked by Tanner Houck.
Only good thing about that game was that it was over quickly.
Well, yeah, you're gonna go through a lot of that.
Really?
Yeah.
You think so?
I do. I think you're not very good.
Why?
That's just what I think.
But
I
what
don't
makes
think
you
you have
think
the
that?
offense
to
be a good team.
We scored 10 the night before.
Yeah, we'll see.
We've
We'll
gone
see
on
how
the
it
road
pans
and
out.
we've gone on the
I don't
road.
think the Cardinals have the offense to be a very good team.
That's the only reason you think it, because you want to feel good about yourself, so you're putting something bad on my team.
I'm not putting anything bad on anybody.
Yeah, well,
I just don't think you have the lineup to be
Well,
competing in July, August, and September.
Well, this isn't going to be our lineup in July, August, and September.
We'll see what happens. Don't get defensive. This is just me thinking out loud.
Well, you're wrong.
I don't need to come in here and carry the water of the Cleveland Guardians.
But you
That's
cannot
not
at
my
least
job.
speak in an educated fashion.
My job is to. I told you the Royals and Tigers would be better.
And the Tigers are what? They're better?
They are better.
They can't hit.
Nobody can hit.
Guardians can hit.
You want it so badly.
No, I just know what I'm seeing.
You want it so badly that it's almost sad.
Josh Naylor is an excellent baseball player.
You sound pathetic when you.
No, I
even
don't. You're
even
just
the
angry
tone of
because your
voice.
team sucks.
Even the tone of your voice as that came out of your
You
mouth.
sound pathetic, but
Now, here's how you said that. Josh Naylor said. I mean, it just
that's
sounded.
how I talk. Why are you angry? Why are you angry?
It is so much fun to tweak you.
Why?
People ask me, why do you continue doing radio?
Why do you hate yourself? Would be my question.
People.
Because that's who lashes out at people. People who are inwardly upset for some
People
reason.
ask me all the time why I continue to do radio.
No, they don't.
All the time.
No one's ever asked
I get
you
that question.
They ask you, why haven't you stopped doing radio?
No, they don't ask that.
Which is kind of, you think the same, but it's
What
not.
are you getting so angry about?
Because you are, first of all, you don't know what you're talking about. Second of all, you're digging in on your uneducated opinions. Third of all, you're only doing it to irritate me, and it's irritating. You're not irritating. The fact that you think you're irritating me is irritating.
Then I have succeeded.
No, you haven't.
That's all I need. That is my lifeblood.
It's a desperate failure.
That's all I need in life is to know that I'm getting to.
No,
you.
I'm saying you didn't.
If I get that gratification, then I can go to the next day.
Why are the Guardians not on this television behind me?
I don't care about them.
Well, they should be.
I'll turn them on in a little while. You're up 4-1.
No, don't. I'm nervous. Too nervous
You're nervous.
to have them on. Yes.
That is.
I'm nervous at every pitch. Every night, every pitch, I'm nervous.
Well, what a terrible existence.
I love it.
What an awful way to go through life.
I enjoy it.
Well, I don't know why.
I think it's fantastic.
So last night in the NBA, 76ers hang on. Atlanta, thankfully, is dispatched by the Bulls. So tonight you got the Bulls in Miami without Jimmy Butler. Miami's done, right? No way.
I don't know. Am I super impressed with the Bulls?
They look good last night.
They're okay.
Now, I watched.
Okay, well, Atlanta is
watched,
the worst defensive team.
I understand that, but the Bulls look good.
Well,
Who's that kid they got? Kobe White. He's good.
I know he is, but Atlanta, you can't judge anything.
And then you've got Sacramento, New Orleans tonight, which could be interesting. Zion sounds like he's going to play, which we're happy about that. So these are the final two matchups before we get into the round of 8 in each
I
conference.
thought Zion was out for like weeks.
Is he?
Yeah,
You sure about that?
that's what it was yesterday. He was going to be reevaluated in a couple weeks.
I knew Jimmy Butler. I thought Zion was. You better check on that.
No, I'm pretty sure he's out.
Well, you better check on it. Don't just be lobbing.
He went out with a hamstring, and I got a new phone today.
Well, give me the. Don't blame this on the phone.
Well, I think I am. MRI Wednesday. He'll be reevaluated in approximately 2 weeks.
Get him out there. So, what kind of a phone did you get?
It's just an upgrade. It's from,
Why do you go the Android
I
route?
went from Google Pixel 6 to Google Pixel 7.
Why do you go the Android route?
I just think it's more convenient. It works better for me.
Than Apple.
Yeah, a lot.
Why?
I don't know. I just like the way it runs better.
You had a phone die. I've never had a phone die.
I don't know what
carry
happened.
around an iPhone for how many years have I had an iPhone? I've never had one.
Well, neither have I.
What you've never seen me do is get on Facebook going, if you need me, reach out to me here instead of. I mean, no way I would do
You
something
see how many
like
people
that.
reached out and were concerned and were
They were mocking you.
distraught that I couldn't be reached, and
Whoever needs to reach you.
that's what I'm saying. When you take it away from people, they're like, "Oh man, imagine if I couldn't reach Jeff. I better talk to him
The
today."
sheer self-importance of that.
What did I say? Read it.
You said, my phone broke. Reach out to me here if you need me. Right? Isn't that what you said?
I want the exact terminology.
Well, I don't know exactly what you said. You don't interest me all that much.
Well, I can tell you exactly what I said.
Well, here's exactly what you
I
said.
don't have Facebook on my phone
Facebook.
yet, so
My phone is dead at the moment. Please reach me here if you need me. I suspect you won't need me, though. To which you got 2 reluctant likes.
2.
2.
How many people have liked my haiku post so far?
No one.
That's not true.
You've gotten 4.
That's not bad.
You know how I gauge likes on Facebook?
No,
The hundreds.
really. I haven't seen you get hundreds of likes on anything. Here's my dog. Everyone love me, please.
Now you're throwing Misty under the
No,
bus.
I love Misty.
Don't you dare go there.
That had nothing to do with Misty.
Don't you dare go there. Here's a post with 87 likes.
Well, that'd be 0.
Here's a post with 126 likes.
1 like.
Here's a post with 90 likes.
0.
Here's a post with 67 likes.
0.
Here's a post with 301 likes.
3 likes.
Here's a post with no, that one didn't do so well.
0.
Here's a post with 263 likes. Here's a post with 240 likes.
Well, I don't have as many Facebook friends as you. Because I don't need as many Facebook friends as you.
What do you mean you don't need? You think I need?
Yeah. Do all those people ask you to be friends?
Yes, they do.
Oh, good for
As
them.
a matter of fact, not that I don't enjoy being friends with a lot of people, but they certainly request friendship.
Well, that's good.
Why are you flippantly blowing me off?
The team with no offense leading 5-1 now in Boston.
That's all it took to get you upset, isn't it?
Well, it's just not smart. Not smart.
I just if an independent person asks me who do I think has staying power in Major League Baseball, who do I think the legitimate teams are? Not yet even a month into the season. I'd tell them I think the Yankees, Orioles are for real. I think those teams are legit. I think in the American League, then it becomes a little bit of a difficult task. So if you want me to, somebody has to win the Central.
Right.
I'd say the Guardians have a better than 50-50 shot of winning the Central.
That's pretty good.
But I don't think they have any shot of winning the American League pennant.
It's April. This team is going to look a lot different in the summer than it does right now.
And I got to see a little more of the Royals. We've got Jalen Thompson from the Kansas City Star today at 3:25. The Royals lost one to the White Sox. You don't want to lose any
It
to
was
the
the
White
second
Sox.
game of a doubleheader. I'm not going to.
But you don't want to lose to the White Sox. But the Royals are 12-7. They have the best run differential in Major League Baseball. I think about that for a minute.
Good.
The Kansas City Royals,
Who's second?
Cleveland,
Okay, but
who hadn't played anybody.
the Royals are playing a lot of juggernauts.
All I know is when Cleveland played a legitimate team, the Yankees, the text I got from you was, we're in deep trouble.
Well,
You better be careful
are
about
the Mariners
texting
not
me.
legit? Are the Twins not legit? Are the Red Sox not legit? Because we're taking series from them on the road.
The Twins don't look very good, frankly.
Oh, they were in the playoffs last year.
But they don't look very good this year. I don't care about last year.
You know, part of the reason they don't look very good because we whooped them.
You are so desperate for anything.
No, I'm not.
When I look at the Cardinals stumbling along here at 9-10, They did improve their pitching. There's no question about it. When you bring in Sonny Gray, Lance Lynn, you've improved your pitching. But now they can't hit. So it's like plugging your finger in the dike.
Lance Lynn.
Lance Lynn has pitched very well for the Cardinals so far. Small sample size. The ERA is around 2.2. And Sonny Gray hasn't given up a run in 2 starts. So they have improved their pitching, undoubtedly. But now they can't hit. So what they're encountering now with their hitters is some of the same things they encountered last year with their pitchers. Ineffectiveness, age. Paul Goldschmidt looks, I mean, you don't want to think this. You don't want it to be real. But he looks like he's done.
I hope not, for your sake.
I don't want him to be done.
Kids call it cooked.
He doesn't
washed.
He doesn't catch up to the fastball. He's missing pitches. He's not. It just doesn't look good.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, I do. I feel the same way kind of about Jose Ramirez right now, but he's like 5 or 6 years younger.
Well, you better hope he's not done.
That'd be bad news.
All right, here's what's on tap. Brought to you by the good folks at IHOP. At 2:25, we're going to talk about the NFL. I was watching shows today, and there's, of course, every national show is just caught up in the draft, which is 1 week from today. And we'll talk about quarterbacks. At 2:45, what do they got? Chili Bun Night tomorrow at the Riverfront Stadium. And the executive chef of the Wind Surge is Paul Valenzuela. He will join us at 2:45 to talk about that job. I'm curious about that job.
There's a lot. They've expanded their menu.
Yeah.
A lot of new stuff.
At 3:25 today, as previously mentioned, Jalen Thompson from the Kansas City Star will join us as we talk about the Royals. So that's what's on tap. We'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll visit about some.
Call from mom. Answer it. Call silenced.
Instacart knows nothing gets between you and the game. That's why they make ordering from your couch easy. Stock up today and get all your groceries for the week delivered in as fast as 30 minutes without missing a minute of the game.
You have 47 new voicemails.
Download the app to get free delivery on your first 3 orders while supplies last. Minimum $10 per order. Additional terms apply.
Save on Cox Internet when you add Cox Mobile and get fiber-powered internet at home and unbeatable 5G reliability on the go. So whether you're playing a game at home,
Yes, goal.
or attending one live, you can do more without spending more. Learn how to save at cox.com/internet. Cox Internet is connected to the premises via coaxial cable. Cox Mobile runs on the network with unbeatable 5G reliability as measured by Ookla LLC in the U.S. 2H 2023. Results may vary, not an endorsement. Other restrictions apply.
Selling a little or a lot? Shopify helps you do your thing, however you cha-ching. Shopify is the global commerce platform that helps you sell at every stage of your business. From the launch your online shop stage, to the first real-life store stage, all the way to the did we just hit 1 million orders stage. Shopify's here to help you grow. Whether you're selling scented soap or offering outdoor outfits, Shopify helps you sell everywhere. From their all-in-one e-commerce platform to their in-person POS system. Wherever and whatever you're selling, Shopify's got you covered. Shopify helps you turn browsers into buyers with the internet's best converting checkout. 15% better on average compared to other leading commerce platforms. And sell more with less effort thanks to Shopify Magic, your AI-powered all-star. Shopify powers 10% of all e-commerce in the US. And Shopify is the global force behind Allbirds, Rothy's, and Brooklinen, and millions of other entrepreneurs of every size across 175 countries. Plus, Shopify's award-winning 24/7 help is there to support your success every step of the way. Because businesses that grow, grow with Shopify. Sign up for a $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/Odyssey Podcast, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/Odyssey Podcast now to grow your business, no matter what stage you're in. Shopify.com/Odyssey Podcast.
NFL quarterback stuff. This is the Bob and Jeff Show on KFH.
KFH.
That's pretty good. Michigan might be up there.
They produce some good ones.
That'd be a good top Bob and Jeff draft.
What's that?
Best rock and roll acts from a particular state.
Yeah, it could be.
It'd have to be a big state.
But,
We'd run out pretty quick in Kansas.
yeah.
We
But
might
there-
run out after Kansas.
There are some bands that get together in a state, like the Eagles would be an obvious example. They're considered a California band, but their original members were from Florida, Nebraska, Texas, and Michigan. So that's a little different.
No, we could do rockers from a particular state, like Tom Petty would be from Florida.
Correct.
So that'll be the next Bob and Jeff.
Oh, it
draft.
will. Why don't you tell us about the results of the last?
Well, you knew you'd win that one.
No, you
When
thought
you
you
named
would.
the Yankees, Dodgers, and Royals, even though those uniforms aren't even close to being on par with the Cardinals.
Cardinals are great. Dodgers are just as good.
No, they're not.
Yeah, they
They're
are.
just a little cursive Dodgers.
But it's tradition.
There's nothing to it.
People
Nothing to
value
it.
tradition.
I'd put our League 42 jerseys in the mix.
You got like a little Angels thing going on.
Yeah, on this
Yours?
one. On this one, I do.
Is that the same font on all of them?
No, we got different fonts on. Yes, it's the same font, but a different look in each age group.
You've got pinstripes on one. Is
Yeah.
that for a whole group?
Yeah, for a whole age
That's
division.
beautiful.
Yeah,
I like those.
you darn right it is.
It is.
So it appears that quarterbacks are going to rule the day in the NFL draft, and we all know the importance of a quarterback. We've said it. Everyone said it numerous times. There's no more important position in sports anywhere. In fact, it's not even close. And so now every team thinks that they fall in love with a quarterback as they get ready to draft.
Right.
And not all of these quarterbacks are going to be the answer to their prayers.
Most
It's just
likely
not
not.
going to happen.
Statistically, no, they probably won't.
So I'll ask you the question. I want you to grade these picks. Okay?
Sure.
Chicago Bears. They take Caleb Williams. Thought.
It's like a B for me, probably at the moment. I get what the Bears are going for. I'm not going to begrudge them resetting the quarterback clock. All these football terms that people use to sound smart. But I would have probably gone with Fields. Maybe just taken Harrison with number 1. Then you could potentially have a wide receiver group of Harrison, a wide receiver room. Of Harrison, Allen, and DJ Moore. That would have been nice.
But what do you think of Caleb Williams?
I think he's fine.
Will he be a difference
He's
maker?
got a chance as anybody to be.
Will he be the guy?
No, the Bears have never had a guy
Say it.
at quarterback. So
Jim McMahon?
they've never had a guy throw 30 touchdowns in a season.
Jim McMahon was kind of the guy.
He was okay, but he certainly wasn't the driving
What about
force.
our friend from nearby El Dorado, Bobby Douglas? Was he not the guy?
He wasn't.
Well, that's a terrible thing to say. Let's get to Ralph before we continue this. Ralph, hello?
Hello, how you doing? 3 things.
We're doing
Three
good.
things. Terrible thing to say about Bobby Douglas, but probably pretty accurate. Number 2, I was so disappointed in hearing your uniform thing that the original Reds uniforms, the sleeveless Reds uniforms, were not considered one of the greatest of all time. And I realize they probably knocked off the Pirates to do that, but still just a classic uniform. Number 3,
I've always liked the Reds uniforms. Can I respond to that real quick? But the rankings we read the other day were just of current uniforms. So they didn't take into account
not all-time uniform.
Yeah, I don't really like the Reds uniforms right now either, so that's a cross I got to bear. Secondly, Jeff, if you were to name who is your, and you maybe have done this, but of the original Eagles, who is your favorite? And I would tell you mine was Randy Meisner because he is from Nebraska. And then,
Well, it's always going to be Don Henley.
Oh, okay, that's probably true. And then the other thing is, did you get your phone fixed? And if you didn't get it fixed, did you take my advice? Go to, that place that I offered you, Break I Fix, because they're a great place to fix phones. That's all I got.
I
Hope
just
you have
went
a
to.
great day.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ralph.
Yeah.
Yeah, why didn't you take Ralph's advice?
I had already gotten a new phone by the time I'd seen
Where'd you
that.
go to get it?
I went to Verizon. I figured I just needed a new battery because the battery seemed dead. But no, I needed a new phone. And it wasn't a case of, hey, well, we could do this, but why don't you spend more money? The guy treated me good over at Verizon. My battery was leaking, basically.
Did he show it to you?
No, but I could see it on the screen. There was all this blue, like ink-looking stuff under it, and then it just went off.
I hope.
And then it just went off again while I was in the store. It was a miracle that it even turned on.
All right, Washington Commanders. They're apparently really battling with this pick. Not sure what to do. Brought in a bunch of quarterbacks.
I bet they know secretly.
Well, I don't think they do, judging from what
There's
I've
always
heard.
leveraged plays and
Jaden Daniels, you like him? Is he the guy?
he's a Heisman winner. Yeah, I would say he's close. He would get my vote for being the guy.
So the Commanders get a better quarterback at 2, in your opinion.
I'm not necessarily saying that. You asked me if he's going to be a franchise. You never want to say like yes, because it's so hard to be that. But Jaden Daniels, again, I believe has as good a chance as
The problem
anybody.
with these great quarterbacks is they come in on bad teams.
Right, but that's why there's parity, because the quarterback will turn around a bad team and they'll become a good team.
Yeah, they might turn it around. Might.
Well, that's the idea, like C.J. Stroud did last
New
year.
England picking 3rd. Looks like they want to take Drake May. Good pick?
Not really.
Why? Why are you down on Drake May?
I'm not down on Drake May. It seems like a lot of people are down on Drake May. It seems like there are tiers. That Caleb Williams is probably in a tier by himself. Jaden Daniels is probably in a tier by himself. But then other teams are going to try to talk themselves into J.J. McCarthy and Michael Penix. Some of these other guys. Not that they won't be good.
I got
but
one
I'm just
thing
saying.
to say about all this. You know me, I can kind of see through all this stuff.
You can, of course, we know.
You know that.
That's why you're a professional evaluator for an NFL team.
You've told me that before.
I absolutely have
on
not.
This show.
Find that audio.
I believe Michael Penix he's starting to get. You notice he's starting to gain some momentum.
Yeah, that happens a lot. That happened with Trey Lance. That happens with guys.
You see
every year who aren't going to be anything.
You see that though, and I'm telling you right now.
It doesn't mean anything to me.
But you do see it.
But it doesn't mean anything to me.
But it's happening. You'll admit that.
It's fake. It's phony to me. But sure, I guess if happening.
Thank you
is
for
one way of looking at it.
For agreement.
I would argue it's just as much not happening as it is happening.
But which side are you going on?
It's barely happening.
I'm on the Penix train, and have been.
Good
I was
God.
disappointed in the way he played in his last game in the national championship game. That wasn't the Michael
What
Penix.
train are you on?
That wasn't the Michael Penix I had come to know. So I hope that somehow the Las Vegas Raiders get a shot at him.
Where do they pick?
17, 16.
Well, it could happen.
Somewhere in that area. But it sounds like they would need to move up to cement that possibility. You got the Vikings, the Broncos, both of which
Vikings seem like they want McCarthy.
They do, but both of those teams seem very much. Raiders picked 13th. And there'll be somebody move up to get Michael Penix. And it's got to be the Raiders. 'Cause what happened now?
5-4.
5-4. This is so predictable.
Why is it predictable?
I've seen this so many times in your life.
It happens to every
30
team.
years you become a Cleveland fan, and for 30 years you've had water thrown in your face.
It's unfortunate. I don't know about water.
I was going to use another.
Fire?
Not really fire either. Something you can't say on radio. How about that?
Well, you've said a lot today.
And yet you stay with them.
You've said a lot today that I didn't think we could say on the radio.
Let me tell you something. I like being on the radio, and I can say what I want.
Sure. Unless
the Raiders got to figure out a way to move ahead of Denver and pick Michael Penix.
Denver, I feel so bad.
Get Anthony Capra on the line.
I feel bad for Denver fans.
Why?
Because they have to endure Sean Payton, who's well past his usefulness.
I don't like him either. I used to like him.
They're going to try to talk themselves into one of these quarterbacks who isn't going to be anything.
You think Michael Penix will not be anything?
I don't know. I mean, is he a franchise cornerstone?
I think he can be. I think he can be a Derek Carr plus.
You want him in a division with
yes,
Patrick Mahomes?
Yeah,
and Justin Herbert.
I want him more than I want Aiden O'Connell. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Who's your team again?
All of them.
Yeah, exactly.
Houston.
You know, I could. Oh, there you go.
Houston's my team.
And I could easily have gone to Houston during this ordeal. But what you're seeing is the true character
You
that I have.
Jumped off the Raiders 41 times. You'll do it again this year 7 or 8 times. No one is surprised.
Have I not been with the Raiders?
No, you haven't.
Since 2017?
You've abandoned
16?
them. I think it was 16.
16.
No, to answer your question.
They frustrate me.
Who's their right tackle?
John Odom. Blue Moon, they call him.
They sure do.
Here's Paul Valenzuela, the head chef for the Wichita Wind Surge at Riverfront Stadium. They've got a great promotion coming up tomorrow and Saturday when the team will be called the Wichita Chili Buns.
Yes.
Paul, welcome. How are you?
I'm doing very well.
Well, we appreciate you coming
here.
on. I just was intrigued by your position with the Wind Surge. So go ahead and tell our listeners, if you would, exactly what are your responsibilities as the head chef?
Well, we do a lot of menu design. I do a lot of menu design here, and we come up with all the food for the party areas, all the suite areas, and then our Fidelity Club. We have a big buffet that we have up there with 11 different menus that we run throughout the season. And so my responsibilities are making sure that everything is tip-top shape and the food tastes like it's supposed to, and making sure that it looks beautiful and everybody's having a wonderful experience.
So we're talking about the chili buns tomorrow with the chili and the cinnamon bun. I would say that's a largely plains/Midwestern type of dish. So how important is it in a role like yours to kind of get to know what is regionally popular, and what are you learning that Wichitans and Kansans enjoy?
Well, obviously barbecue. They all love their barbecue here. The people from Kansas are meat and potato people, and we like to provide a lot of that in our Fidelity Club. Now, as far as the chili bun, that was a new thing to me. It was told to me by our concessions manager about when he was a kid, and he gets this chili and a cinnamon roll for school at his lunch, and some of the kids would dip it, and the other people would pour the chili over the top. And I just thought that was a little bit bizarre. But after trying it, it wasn't really bad, and so I came up with I have my own recipe as far as the chili is concerned, and then our sponsor Bush Beans is part of that, so we use their beans. So,
well, as somebody who grew up going to a school that served chili and cinnamon rolls, great, it's awesome, no doubt about it. Paul Valenzuela, our guest, he is the head chef, executive chef for the Wichita Wind Surge at Riverfront Stadium. So I've been to the Fidelity Club a few times. It's incredible. How many people are on the staff there at Riverfront?
Well, in my kitchen staff this year, I got about 15 people. As far as our hospitality staff, Madison's got a crew of about 20 people and servers and things like that take care of the suite area and the Fidelity area and the picnic areas. So we got a pretty good staff as far as how many people. We have enough to run it. Gets a little tight sometimes, but everybody pitches in from concessions to hospitality to kitchen crews. So we all do our part.
So what's unique? I know you've worked obviously as a chef in different venues, different areas, restaurants, things like that. What is unique about working in sports? Is it an area where you feel like you can challenge yourself as a chef, or you just kind of want to stick to what's familiar?
No, we never stick to what's familiar. Obviously, stadium life is it's huge because you always want to change things up as far as concession stands go. You always want to serve something different. Everybody that goes to a ballpark, they want hot dogs or hamburgers or something like that. But we want variety, and a lot of the stadiums are the same way. Everybody wants variety. So our executive chefs in these positions are in all these stadiums are coming up with anything they can, little gimmicks here and there, certain recipes that they've come up with, just to make it exciting and get more people in the seats, I guess, not only to watch a great game, but to taste a lot of really good food. And so there's a lot of chefs out there that do just a fantastic job of creating these just, monstrosity hamburgers or these specific hot dogs, bacon wrapped hot dogs with chili, mac and cheese and stuff on them. And that's kind of what we're all about. As long as baseball's around and any other sporting events and stuff like that, you're always going to get something different from each ballpark.
Talking with Paul Valenzuela, the executive chef for the Wichita Wind Surge, again at Riverfront Stadium. So I'm just curious about your position, Paul, because baseball season is limited from April through September for the most part. What do you do throughout the rest of the year?
During the off season, it's a lot of menu planning and menu design, and then it's also holiday parties that we have here at Riverfront Stadium. So people book out either for a holiday party or for weddings or certain business meetings and things like that. We also prepare all the food for all that as well.
Can you tell us, too, about your personal background, how you became or got involved even in the food industry and worked your way up to becoming an executive chef?
Oh, yeah. I started out as a little place up in the Eastern Sierra Mountains. It's a lodge. I started out cooking up there and then just worked numerous restaurants. I got into sporting with the San Diego Padres. I was at the training facility in Peoria, Arizona, worked for the San Diego Padres for a spell. Then I went over to the Reno Aces in Reno, Nevada, and worked in their stadium and was the executive chef at their stadium. And then worked a few breweries and things like that, learned a lot of different recipes with beers, and then came on over here to Wichita. Had a real good friend of mine that was the food and beverage director over here, and he conned me into coming out to Wichita, and it was the best thing ever. So I'm having a lot of fun out here. The people are wonderful, and I hope I have many, many more years here in Wichita.
Wichita Chili Buns in action tomorrow night and Saturday at Riverfront Stadium, where the concession stand will highlight a cup of chili along with a cinnamon roll. We're talking with the executive chef, Paul Valenzuela. So you've been in Wichita for a little while now. I need to ask you this. Do you consider Wichita to be a good restaurant city?
Oh, absolutely. It's so diverse here. You can get a little bit of everything here, and that's what I really like about Wichita. They got great barbecue, great burgers, and just Mediterranean food. Anything you want, you can get here in Wichita. So it's a really good place to eat, I guess.
I'm going to ask you the question that our cohort Jason Duda would ask. He's not on the show today, but he always asks, what's your favorite restaurant in town?
Oh, putting me on the spot, aren't you?
No, Jason Duda is.
I don't, I want to be fair to everybody. Every place I've eaten has just been fantastic. I haven't had a bad meal here in Wichita, so I'm not going to pick one specific place out. Like I said, I'm very diverse and I have a very open palate, and everything I've had here in Wichita has been really, really good. So
I'll let you off the hook there. What's the last restaurant you ate, you and your family or whomever? What's the last restaurant you frequented?
Probably Dylan's, the Dylan's Burger Joint.
All right.
There you go. So I realize it's going to be like asking a police officer, hey, I saw this on Law and Order, but I watch a lot of maybe not a lot, but I watch some cooking shows, and I watch Top Chef a lot. And I see like these world-class chefs getting like ripped to shreds by judges. This was bad for this reason. How thin of a line is it between making something well and making something not well that just doesn't hit the mark for whatever reason?
Well, a lot of those shows are scripted, so they gotta point out a lot of different little things, and they're very critical on some things. But there is a fine line you have to follow, and it's just a matter of, if you cooked it too long, it could just completely destroy what you were going after. So, 2 minutes on the stove, 2 minutes too long on the stove, the sauce could break, or you could burn something. So it's all a time factor, basically.
Yeah.
Paul Valenzuela, our final moments here. We're fascinated by your job and your position. So what's your pride and joy on the current menu over at Riverfront Stadium? I know you mentioned you have 11 different items that you roll out in the Fidelity Bank Club. Is there one that's special to you?
One of the menus, it's actually the one we're doing today. It's our taco menu. We do a fabulous skirt steak that we grill here in-house, and it's carved right there in front of you. And then we have a margarita-style chicken and a tahini cod for fish tacos. It's I would say my taco buffet is the one I prefer the most. And then I do my own special recipe. I do my own ceviche that I serve up there in Fidelity Club as well. So,
well, that sounds awesome. Thank you so much. We've learned something. We're looking forward to chili buns a couple of nights here, tomorrow and Saturday at Riverfront Stadium. As the wind surge, boy, we need the team to get going, don't we?
Yes, we do. We have a little bit of we're struggling a little bit, but that's easy to do in the beginning of the season, especially when you got a whole new group of guys learning how to play together. I think that once we get the ball rolling, we'll be doing really well here in a couple of weeks, a few homestands and whatnot. I just think it's, like I said, a lot of new guys trying to figure each other out. And once we get it all together, I think that we'll have a really, really successful season.
Paul, we really appreciate it. Thank you for coming on and talking about your job.
Well, thank you very much, and I hope everybody comes out tomorrow and Saturday for our chili buns. You're really going to like it, and it's going to be served at a concession stand 3, which is our third base concession stand. So hope everybody comes out and enjoys the chili buns.
All right. Thank you, Paul.
Thanks.
All right. Thank you, guys. You guys have a great
Paul Valenzuela from the Wind Surge. Will you try a chili bun tomorrow evening?
I don't know. It's a good question.
Will you be out there?
Yeah, I'm out there tomorrow.
What about tonight?
Tonight, yes.
Saturday?
No. Sunday, though.
My wife and I might go out Sunday.
Hey, we need some warmer weather.
Yeah, what's the weather supposed to be Sunday?
Not good.
What do you mean not good?
That's what I mean.
Well, listen, I got to have good weather. 63 for the high.
I thought it was supposed to be like rainy.
Only 56 on Saturday. 57. Yeah, but then next week it warms into the 70s.
That's what we need. We need it to stay at for a while.
Which is beautiful. Beautiful.
No, I want to open the window.
Of course. I've done that a couple nights.
I always open the window. I'm talking about in the press box.
Nah, we got to keep them closed.
Yeah, we slept with the windows open last night.
You don't get to decide if the windows get open in the
I get to decide if my window's open. I'm the official scorer. You do not question the official score.
Oh, so you feel like when you walk into that room, you're kind of the lead person?
Kind of the lead guy,
Who else is in that room?
We got, tonight we have Fred, who's going to do the game day stuff. And Jason does TrackMan. And we have...
Isn't that all more important than official
We have
scoring?
the pitch clock guy, which is a rotating group of 4.
Who's part of that?
We got Bill, we got Mike, we got Greg, and we got Lance.
Lance Deckinger.
Yes.
Still doing that.
Can't remember Bill's last name. That's why I didn't. But I love Bill.
Well, you obviously don't love him that much.
I love him. Greg Mudd and Mike Magnus, former.
I know them. I know.
South High.
I bet I know Bill.
You do, I'm sure.
Well, what's his last name?
I don't remember. Maybe Tim Grubbs is listening and I want to say Moody, but I don't think that's it.
I don't know Bill Moody. I mean, I know the other guys you talked about.
I want to say it's Moody. Let me see if I have it on my.
Well,
hold on, just give me a second.
Nah, we gotta get to a break here. I've got another hour of
Bill
this show.
Fogarty.
Bill Fogarty.
Yeah.
I don't know Bill.
Not related to John.
I don't know Bill Fogarty.
Good guy. Former umpire.
Who's the other official scores in that group?
It's me, Fred, who I mentioned, Wyatt, and Dave.
Well, I'd like their last names when we come back.
Ebersol, Martin, David Glennemeyer.
Don't know them. All right. We have come to the end of hour number 1. Stay with us. This is the Bob and Jeff Show on KFH.
Save on Cox Internet when you add Cox Mobile and get fiber-powered internet at home and unbeatable 5G reliability on the go. So whether you're playing a game at home,
Yes, goal.
or attending one live, you can do more without spending more. Learn how to save at cox.com/internet. Cox Internet is connected to the premises via coaxial cable. Cox Mobile runs on the network with unbeatable 5G reliability as measured by Ookla LLC in the U.S. to H 2023. Results may vary, not an endorsement. Other restrictions apply.
Everybody knows it. Toyota trucks are the stuff of legends. Rugged, durable, everlasting. Toyota makes trucks that just don't quit. And now Toyota is driving that legacy toward the future with 2 of their most powerful trucks ever, the new Tundra and the all-new Tacoma. In a half-ton Tundra, you can rule the roads. From the comfort of a spacious cabin with connected tech and plenty of hauling power, the Tundra is ready to work hard and play even harder. Or check out the all-new 24 Tacoma, redesigned and electrified to maximize your adventure. With a bevy of available off-road driving and power transfer modes, you will effortlessly crush the conditions. And with the Tacoma's reimagined interior, you'll do it in style. And right now, your local Toyota dealer has more vehicles in stock and is making delivery on new vehicles almost every day. So don't wait. Buy a Tundra or Tacoma today. Visit buyatoyota.com for deals and more. Toyota, let's go places.
T-Mobile has invested billions to light up America's largest 5G network, from big cities to small towns, including right here in yours. And great coverage is just the beginning. Right now, families and small businesses can save up to 20% versus AT&T and Verizon when they switch. Visit your local T-Mobile store today.
Plan savings with 3 lines of T-Mobile Essentials versus comparable available plans. Plan features and taxes and fees may vary.